to all distinguished guests, writers, and all SF enthusiasts. On this occasion, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to speak about my book Triloka Sanchari Nere. In the initial days, I had, as the introducer has told, that I had penned a theme on social novels. So later, I had started on science fiction, but now my main work is on science fiction. So I have chosen this topic on urban mobility in this novel Triloka Sanchari Nire, literally meaning that woman has traveled the three worlds. Like you might be knowing that urban mobility is the new rage in modern world. As cities grow, several smart urban mobility solutions have come to the fore, bringing major changes in the city development. It is also part of smart city projects, fully automatized vehicles and semi-automatized vehicles, technology-based integrated transport system via roadways, airways, flyovers, mobility through underground tunnel, and so on. People living in cities might be quite aware of all these developments. There has been a digital revolution with advent of smartphones, satellite-aided location, and social media. So how would a life be in an advanced city with all the modern gadgets at our disposal? A futuristic perspective, keeping all the possible means of urban mobility, was indeed a good backdrop for visualizing a science fiction novel. In between, there was a thought about incorporating traffic scenario, robots, and so on. Slowly, a storyline took shape in my mind, and as I penned the words, the storyline became more obvious. Initially, I had the thought of penning a short story, but then the ideas and the vast canvas where the events unravel was too big to fit into a short story framework. Thus was born this novel, Triloka Sanchari Nire. This, in fact, was first serialized in a reputed Kannada weekly magazine, Sudha, and later published in book form by Navakarnataka Publications in Bangalore. In the novel, the main characters are traffic warden Hansa and traffic engineer Avirat. To the surprise of the readers, they aren't any traffic police characters, barring a traffic commissioner, metro commissioner, roadways commissioner, and airways commissioner. There will also be a new traffic minister portfolio in this novel. There are robocops who assist the traffic warden in discharging their duties. The very first episode takes off with a major accident where the whole city traffic comes to a standstill. Vehicles stay on roads for hours together, and public witness a very serious traffic jam stretching for several kilometers. This was when the public resort to commute to their home via airways. The accident is dealt with the aid of technology, though paradoxically, the very accident would have occurred due to human error. There are also clashes between humans and half humans, that is, people with transplants, who were in fact victims of accidents. In the novel, I have tried to bring certain burning topics to the forefront, such as threats that robots may pose, unemployment, victims of accident, and so on. There are discussions, clashes, turn of events through which I've tried to picturize the drawbacks as well as the advantages of glorification of technology. The whole traffic system had been outsourced. Usually in cities, we find that it is manned by traffic police. In this imaginary novel, the whole traffic system will be outsourced. Traffic wardens play an important role and try to fit in the void of traffic police. They aren't given the power of investigation though, except maintain smooth traffic, whereas the traffic engineers investigate traffic accidents. The whole city is embedded in a network where the traffic mobility is monitored. It is synchronized with the requirement of the commuters. The way the vehicles moved were all automatized and integrated, and drivers had very little to do. Needless to say, the parking facility also was automatized, with major part of traffic being outsourced. Very traffic system worked on a digital platform, literally. Travel becomes more and more convenient and accessible in future, and other forms of energy gain prominence where public resort to electric vehicles and solar energy based modes of transport. When the point when an accident occurs to hospitalization, the novel transfits the readers from through various incidents from trauma care center to victim rehabilitation. These incidents, they trigger a dialogue between authorities and humans with transplants, and makes one wonder whether robotization was required at every stage, not merely manning the various services and assisting the humans. The robots had come a long way in doing the constructive work that took away the job opportunities of humans. This has led to conflicts amongst the victims of accidents and authorities. Usually, when a writer puts his thoughts into words, there is a visualization process which continuously works in the background. The pictures and incidents which are depicted would be largely based on his or her experiences, acquaintances, and places visited by the author. In an imaginary work, a dream world could be created, which would be an advanced civilization constructed over the already existing place, or a completely out of world experience. In my science fiction plots, I have explored both options. In the case of Triloka Sanchari Neere, the roadways, underground metro modes of transport already exist, but the mobility is an integrated one and more advanced, autonomous, and digitized. In Bengaluru, we have already witnessed air taxi. What if it becomes a daily routine mode of transport? Food for thought indeed. Any mode of transport need to have a parking place, vehicle stands, and stations to park with smart infrastructure. I have tried to bring in the means as well as the destination in the storyline wherever possible to give an overall picture of the advanced civilization, which is a near possibility in the future. I had in mind that it should naturally blend with the storyline and not make the readers feel that it has been forcefully fitted in. You may further ask the question, what made me write these modes of urban mobility? What was the background I kept in mind while framing the scenario? Well, my work experience in police department has deeply influenced me while writing this novel. During my stint in internal security division, I was doing audit of airports, vital installations, metro stations, railway stations, malls, and so on. This experience, along with present traffic scenario, seemed to be a new creative endeavor to dwell on. My I feel the necessary vigor to my passion to experiment in my stories and novels. My stories have been offbeat ones so far, and this urban mobility concept, blending with automatized traffic monitoring, which is outsourced, was a new path to embark on. I visualize the city market area as city central in Bangalore, where the traffic warden Hansa goes on night rounds. The rooftops on bus stations had become parking places for air taxis. Metro stations had turned to bullet metros. Robotics and outsourcing in traffic monitoring is actually my brainchild. Lot has been talked about regarding robots creating employment crisis, depriving youth their jobs. Too much mechanization and automatization is a challenge to service sector, while it is a boon to manufacturers and integrated smart solutions. There has been endless arguments and apprehensions on robots manning the jobs that once humans were doing. Like you all might be knowing, the Isaac Asimov's laws of robotics. There are 3 laws. A robot may not injure a human being, or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. And second law is a robot must obey the orders given to it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. Then third law is that a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. So while bringing conflict situations in the storyline, it so happened that I had to keep in mind constantly that safety of human beings are of utmost importance. At one stage where there were clashes between humans with transplants and robots, there was this natural concern that humans, though violent in nature, need to be protected. But the result was devastating. Though bloodshed was prevented, damage to property was immense. These conflicts, along with the roller coaster ride of the life of traffic warden and traffic engineer, has been intricately brought out in my novel, Triloka Sanchari Neere. By reading this novel, I'm sure the readers will get a glimpse of future urban mobility as well as the automatized traffic scenario. With these few words, I would like to conclude my talk. Thank you all for patiently listening to me. Are there any questions?
Savita ma'am, myself, Arvind Mishra.
Sir.
I was listening with apt attention your presentation, which has indicated that how science fiction could be a common man's literature, in a sense that our existence could be very much linked with the science fiction insights and thoughts.
सर फोन घ्या बरं, काय म्हणत आहे घ्या ना, फोन आलेला आहे, 1 मिनिट. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Your very appearance is kind of inspiration to all we students. Many students are eagerly waiting for you. You see, theory is different, but practically you proved that there is solution to daily problems with the help of science, technology, and literature. Mindset can be changed through literature. We students and even common man can easily realize the ramification, the result of scientific technology, the use of robo, machinery, and the traffic rules. But the result of literature, science fiction literature result is very slow. Many a times common readers cannot understand the impact of literature. Your work has proved solution to the problem, and that is visible, concrete result. But the message given through your book is very abstract. Still, we are exploring the messages of Ramayana, Mahabharata, the first science fiction. What are the scientific values, literary values of your work? Constitution or law merely cannot change the scenario. Along with the constitution, we have to change the heart. So please unexplore, highlight the literary principles, the scientific principles you have fictionalized in your story corpus and science fiction. A matter of request, please.
Usually, in literary field, we have various themes which the writers have dealt. We have the social themes, we have detective novels, there are novels on fantasy, science fiction, other subjects. But I found that there are no novel dealing with traffic as a subject. So I browsed through various websites also to see if anyone has written on traffic as a subject. But I didn't find one. And with my experience in this field, I thought I'll put into words about this imaginary storyline where we deal about the futuristic trends of robotics in traffic. We come across the RoboCops concept also in traffic, and what are the pros and cons of robotization in each and every mode of transport. All this is dealt, and it will actually give a futuristic view to all the entrepreneurs also, and also technologists who are exploring new possibilities in smart city solutions. And also about this technology aspect in this novel, I find that too much technology also should not be in a book, so that the readers know they'll feel the hazard while reading the novel. So I try to bring in the humanistic aspects in this novel, as well as the analytical aspects, where there are clashes, there are discussions, what is right and what is wrong, and all with human blend. So this, I thought there should be a balance. And also, as science fiction writers, we have a lot of field to explore also. Like in the morning, Sri Dinakar Charak ji also had told that we have to see other subjects also in science fiction. And now recently, Pradeep Sen Gupta has told about geology in science fiction. So like this, we should see not only stick on to the conventional methods of writing science fiction like space and Star Wars, all that. So there are other fields to explore. So there is ample opportunity and subjects also for us. And if we tackle it all the subjects, Indian science fiction will be a new arena that the whole world will look upon, I feel.